So getting back to Guyana now, it's alleged Cambridge Analytica was hired in 2015 to swing the election. Can you take us through their work in the country?
Right. So in 2013, the SCL group, or Cambridge Analytica, first started having discussions with President Ramotar, and while engaging with the People's Progressive Party, the PPP, who the president was a part of that party, they conducted the type of political research that I talked to you about earlier. They did a behavioral poll and what they call a target audience analysis, a TAA, and that is large-scale national research where they would have done those qualitative focus groups and then quantitative surveys in order to understand as much as possible about the population, from their politics to their culture to their affiliations, the way that they do their decision making, and the way that really the country functions, the way that citizens engage in society. And that allowed them to build out an entire election strategy based on what they found out from that research. And from here, it looks like in 2014 was when they first presented the whole strategy, and it was a full strategy for 2015, from what types of engagement the party would need to have with people, from campaign management, how you could continue to gain insights from the population, what you needed to put on your billboards and print media and radio and television and digital. So they handed over all of that intelligence to the PPP so that they could use that for all of their communications strategy. And they developed a team for in-country and external support. So the SCL group would usually send out a satellite team to the country that would work with the candidate and the team that was in Guyana. And then there would be support from the headquarters in London for everything from data collection and analysis to management and digital and TV and development of campaign content, strategic hiring, whatever needed to happen. And that's really the way that they ran quite a lot of campaigns, providing limited in-person support, and then the rest of it would have been done from abroad, which, not all countries actually allow political support from abroad or even political support from foreigners. So it's usually a satellite team that can be hidden in country and is not obvious to the opposition that foreign assistance is active.
And how much money did the PPP spend on this?
This particular campaign was $420,000 for the support specifically that Cambridge would have given, and they would have spent a lot more than that on their local team and on the actual ad spend. So this is just the money to get the Cambridge Analytica support, but that's not how much money they're spending on, TV, digital, billboards, rallies, fundraising events, all of that stuff. This is a drop in the ocean to what the full campaign budget looks like.
The PPP hired Cambridge Analytica quite late in the election and didn't implement all of the directives coming out from London. So the PPP went on to lose to the African-dominated party, the APNU. So I want to know, why do you think the PPP weren't successful in their election in 2015?
Well, I mean, there's a variety of reasons for an election loss. One is that you don't prepare ahead of time. Another is that you haven't spent enough money. And the other is that you do not have a good enough candidate. And I would really say, there can be a combination of all of the above. From what I can see in the documents that I'm looking at, it seemed like the PPP was going to have a really hard time in that election, regardless of whether they had support or not. That they were having trouble engaging with their base, and a lot of people were completely unconvinced by President Ramotar's effectiveness in office.